What makes the High Peak region so unique in the Adirondack Park is it's the largest wilderness area that we have, and it's so much more rugged in terms of elevation gain and loss. There's mountains that are over 5,000 feet. There's hundreds and hundreds of miles of hiking trails. Besides being there to ensure that people get this wilderness experience, what I like to tell the users of the park is, first off, how they can use the land safely and be prepared, and then how to do that and protect the environment. We never have a day that's the same. My favorite part is when we have a successful search and rescue mission where I'm able to reunite people with their family. I'm involved in probably 60 to 80 search and rescue missions a year.
It took some time for me initially to get used to being a life partner with someone who is rescuing people. I know that people have always been lost in the Adirondacks, but as an average person, you're just not really aware of it until you are, living with someone who gets those phone calls.
Not every search and rescue operation is that dramatic. Oftentimes, our most common injuries are sprained ankles and sprained knees and people getting separated from the group and people overdue. In the 1960s, there were about 140 rangers statewide. Fast forward today, there's under 100 rangers. And in the approximate 50 years, we've added over 1 million acres. And I believe the number is about 50,000 acres that each ranger covers. Because there's so few of us, there's a lot of time where we're by ourselves, hiking by ourselves. We are supervised, of course, but it's certainly much limited compared to somebody who works in an office environment. Equate it to like a city. If a city keeps growing and you add more and more people into it, but you keep cutting your police force, at some point you lose the protection of that community. And I think if we don't have enough forest rangers to patrol and protect those lands and the people that use them, that the purpose and the benefits of adding those lands are lost. Being a forest ranger, it's definitely a lifestyle career. So there's many days where I'll plan to be home so I can pick up the kids or do this and that. If there's an incident or something goes on, or even if I'm just delayed hiking out of the woods that day, you need to support a family that's able to adapt to that change. I think probably the hardest part is the midnight calls. There's not a ranger working 24/7, so they will call us at home and say, we have this going on, there's someone overdue, can you respond?
The man does not complain about it ever, and I understand that it's his job. But people complain about their job. If it were me and it were 20 degrees out and it's a cold January night and they called me and said, come on out and hike in the dark and try, but he just happily does it.
I had this job for 17 years, and there's very few times when I consider other paths I would have taken. I'm very, very happy in this career choice. It's an exceptional job to be able to get up and work outside and work in the land and work in the Adirondack Park. It's exceptional.